For the third question that I received, how do I like my eggs? And what do I consider to be my best creations? So I like my eggs scrambled and over easy. So the key that to take in consideration, at least for me, in what I like is whenever I cook my eggs, I'm sure to wait to add the salt and pepper. The reason why I do that is because the flavor that comes from the salt and pepper, I feel like is a little, there's a little bit more pop to it when you wait, and because I feel that the salt and pepper has a tendency to burn if you put it on too early. I always like, especially when I'm doing it over easy. What I end up doing is I allow the eggs to cook, and then I flip it, and then add the salt and pepper on top and pull it off the cooking surface, and then let it sit there for about a minute or 2 minutes, just so it gets fully cooked, and then put it on a plate. Let the eggs rest for about roughly 3 to 5 minutes, and then I can eat it. The reason why I wait the additional time is because by the once it actually gets pulled off the pan, it's actually really hot, and so the ability to actually enjoy the eggs, I feel like, is heavily diminished if you just try to eat right from the get-go. By allowing it to sit, it allows the flavor of the salt and pepper to become infused more into the eggs, so you get a little bit better taste and flavor. I also like butter, so I don't go completely heavy, but the butter's still there enough to the point to where that has a lot of really great flavor. Adds a lot of really great flavor to it as well. With scrambling eggs, this is something that I actually watched Gordon Ramsay do on one of his shows. When I scramble, what I end up doing is I allow the egg whites to show their color a little bit, and then once it shows its color, I take it off the heat, and then I scramble it, and I have it off the heat for about 30 seconds, and I keep doing that. And it seems to me, based off of watching what Gordon does and what I do, that the eggs become a lot more fluffier, and the ability for the eggs to not get so, I guess I would say, burnt. They get it's just, it has like a stale effect if you keep it on the heat the whole time. And then same thing with the salt and pepper. Don't put it on until you know for a fact that the scrambled eggs are completely done. Like my best creations that I would say I have, definitely is comes from the smoker. So I'll show you that really quick here. So it's I'm a huge Camp Chef fan. So this is a smoker here. Hopefully you can see it. It's a Camp Chef Smoke Vault. It is very basic smoker, so it's something that if you're just getting into smoking meats, even vegetables, great option for you to consider. It's just, it changes the way you cook, and it makes you feel like you're at a restaurant at your own house. It's the ribs that come out of that after anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, depending on the temperature. I have a tendency to go right around 225, and try to keep it naked. What that basically means is don't try to put the sauce on too early. Otherwise, what ends up happening is the moisture, it almost creates a cloud effect to the top of the ribs, so that the top of the ribs aren't able to completely cook. So by allowing to keep naked, you allow the full cooking process to be in effect, and it is literally fall off the bone ribs that come from the smoker, and the flavor is just it's hard to explain. You have to have it to be able to understand what I'm talking about, but to not only get that smoke flavor, but that tenderness that comes from the rib meat, and then when you add the sauce to finalize the ribs that you cook, just makes it so great.